It's a very important consideration. In fact, the old adage was that people make buildings and buildings make humans. We learn from buildings, and buildings have a definitive influence on our pattern of life, our comfort, our health. When I first got the news that I was going to be awarded the award of Padma Shri, I was extremely delighted. And the fact that this community of architecture is not very often recognized. You see a lot of other people in other fields getting recognized easily. So recognition for architect was an important thing, and made the community of architects also feel happy about this. Sustainability became important because in the last 10-15 years, when a lot of commercial buildings started coming up, and large companies, for instance IT companies, they engage something like 10,000 people and 20,000 people sitting in a building and working. The employer felt that the productivity is important. The people who work in offices need to feel comfortable, and they need to feel happy about working there, and that had a direct relationship with productivity. So today you have customers coming and asking for large establishments, how comfortable can you make the building for these people, the workers are, the people who work in offices are. So that's how you start worrying about air quality, you start worrying about thermal comfort, you start worrying about acoustics, you start worrying about lighting and glare. All these things impact a person's behavior. So this became very important for the design of buildings. So design of buildings, finally what it means is that you take care of the occupant. It's a human-centric design. You don't design for somebody looking at a building and saying, it's nice. But you eventually design for building that the occupant feels comfortable, safe and productive. Interesting thing today is many school children are more aware about environment and climate change. I've been involved with many schools in terms of talking to them and telling them how they can make their own school building environmentally friendly. So you see children planting trees, you see children handling waste, you see children handling the water consumption and so on. In fact, in 2 or 3 schools, when the management of the school saw the efforts of children, and they also spoke to me, so they went on a building modification program to give the children a better classroom with more light and more air and more acoustically better conditions, with a lot of trees and all that, which could cut down the external noise. So that's an outstanding example, because here the children influence the management of a school to give them a better classroom. See, it's one thing that I design my house, my office in a green way, and I live very happily, sustainably. You do that. But if you step outside the building, it's all a mess. We've not done much to the society. It's equality that is important. It's inclusive. I mean, why should anybody not get a sustainable living conditions? Why only few should do that? I would strongly recommend that all professionals involved in the building activity, whether it's architects or mechanical designers or MEP designers or structural engineers or even promoters of buildings, should talk about a common goal. The common goal being energy efficiency, quality of life, standard of living and wellness. So I think the awareness must spread. Everybody must start acting holistically towards a sustainable and a healthy kind of environment to live in.